Hey guys, it's Shadow, and today we are going to be doing another episode of Planet Coaster Port Noble Park Build. Now today we are doing part 11. If you haven't seen any of the other parts before, go ahead and click on the card that should be coming up. If not, go ahead and click on the playlist in the description. And you'll be able to see all the other stuff I've done in the park so far, because like you can see in the background there's like a bunch of other stuff that I've already done, and like it's hard to describe them all without like letting you guys go and watch them. So go ahead and go watch them if you haven't already, so you can get an idea for what I'm doing. But I wanted to do kind of a more modern build today. I kind of got inspired a little bit, just kind of looked up a couple of YouTube videos, and I was like, oh, that's cool. So I guess I'm going to be doing that today. Now, the one that I'm doing here, I just kind of wanted to do kind of an entrance way to kind of a modern part of the park, hopefully. I want to kind of continue to like the theme of what this building is throughout the whole area that I'm working on. Now, the area that I'm working on, I genuinely want to have a roller coaster in it. Now that roller coaster is going to be the roller coaster that I've been teasing like this whole video series, and it's going to be the one that goes through the mansion building that I did in part 2. If you haven't already seen that, go ahead and watch that video. It's kind of I genuinely think it's kind of a cool build that I did. Now I really like how this wavy roof kind of turned out. I don't know, it looks modern, but it looks kind of like some kind of beach building or something. I don't know, it's kind of cool. You guys should let me know in the comments what you like or dislike about this building, and I will change it up as you guys want. So I wanted to do kind of a different roof right here, but not too different, but I ended up changing it up a little bit just so I could continue that kind of wave look of it. Now, I eventually joined this roof, little tiny roof piece that I'm doing right here with another roof, and it kind of extends out so it doesn't look so empty on that little area right there. Now, I wanted to do kind of another wave kind of looking roof right here, but I ended up just kind of settling for this, genuinely because this, I don't know, it just made more sense. And I originally placed down these like stucco wall pieces, and I ended up removing them all because honestly they just didn't really fit in, and I wanted to remove that piece right there and make it all one-sided or whatever, like one depth, but it didn't really work, so I couldn't remove it, and I just kind of left it the way it is, and it doesn't look too bad. It's not too shabby. But I might have used too many windows on this side of the building. If I did, please let me know in the comments, and I'll go back and see if I can find a way to change that. Honestly, I didn't know what to do with this side of the building at first because it's just all kind of open, and there's not really like it's a giant wall piece. There's not much you could do about it. So what I ended up doing is I put some of these half windows right here up at the top, and then put another roof piece right here over the previously placed roof. Now I kind of like how it turned out because I ended up using some pillars that I've never used before in the wall extras. I don't know where I put those in, somewhere. Probably about right here somewhere. Yeah, these little white pillars right here that I've never used them, but they look really good with this kind of build. You could probably throw them into another build and have some kind of different extra look to it, but I thought it turned out pretty good, and I ended up using them in some other areas just because it looked good for the rest of the building. But I removed the path and kind of straightened it out right there, that way it would go along perfectly with the building. Now I think, yeah, at this point, I wanted to place another shop. I was like, okay, I haven't done very many hat shops. I had literally only done one hat shop. I think it's literally right next to this building, which now that I think about it, I'm like, I don't know why I did that, but whatever. So I placed a hat shop in there just so it wouldn't be all useless. Like there would be a reason for people to use that area. Now I think right here, yeah, I kind of continue that little wave pattern that I was talking about. I wanted it to look like it was sunk down a little bit more than the rest, and I think it turned out pretty darn good. Now, I didn't want to place wall pieces along the upper wave, like closer to the camera kind of wave, because I liked how it looked kind of free floating like that. I did end up placing pillars on it, but other than that, I didn't want to do anything else. Now, I originally wanted to use these like window pillar things right there, but the more I thought about it, I was like, this doesn't really look that good, so I ended up removing them. Now, I messed around with this wall right here a lot because I was trying to figure out what looked best for business, whatever you want to call it. So I ended up using these half windows again and kind of just, I think I routed it around a good bit of the building, and I think that side looks really good, really minimalistic look. Very, very few windows on this building, but either way, I like it. There's a lot more windows on the like porch, like the underpass side of it, but I did that just for the looks of it because there wasn't much on the other side. So as you can see, I kind of routed it around here, and it looks better that way. I really like how that looks because it kind of just concaves back into the building, like the main part of the building. So yeah. And I put those pillars there, and then I wanted to put a pillar here, but I couldn't get it to match up perfectly with the already placed grid. So I made my own and kind of just stacked them together. And I think it looks perfect right in the middle of that wave, just barely sticking up above it. And it looks amazing. I really like how that turned out. It looks really modern. Now, I placed 2 of these doors down just for decoration because it's just, you need decorations. And I don't even know why I placed that little piece over the shop. It probably didn't really need it, but it's not too bad. It looks decently good. It adds a little bit of more 3D-ish look to the shop, so that's what I like. Now, I wanted to do some lighting effects on this building. Obviously, like, why wouldn't you? And I started placing these down, and I did kind of end up leaving them there. In the end, it just wasn't the same from what I was trying to do originally, because I wanted to kind of just continue it out to the end of the wall like that, and it didn't really work because I couldn't get it to match up, and I spent way too much time on it. So what I did is I eventually went back and just kind of placed the longer piece alone on each side, and I think it looks pretty good from what it turned out to be. Now, the only reason I want to place these because it's one of the only lights I can find that's modern looking. I'm sure in Alpha 3 and future builds there'll be more like lighting to kind of match a modern theme. But currently, I think the only thing in the game is this. It's the only one I could see anyway. If there's more, then you should let me know in the comments. But see, I ended up removing it here and just placed a single one as best as I could, and I think it turned out pretty darn good. Now, one thing I did notice is whenever it's turned around the wrong way, apparently, it doesn't have the lighting effect, which is a weird thing. Like, it's a double-sided light. I don't know why it wouldn't have light on one side. Like, see right there, it didn't have it. Flopped around, and it did have it. So, I don't know. That's a strange little thing that you got to deal with, I guess. Now, if you like rotate it enough, sometimes it works and you have the light on the other side. But if not, just keep messing around with it and eventually it will work. Because I got mine to work because I didn't want like a pattern kind of going on so it looked like it was man-made. I wanted it to look kind of fluid and not like everything was placed in the same direction and stuff. So I used a lot of these lights on the side, mainly because I wanted to light up the building and kind of give it some attention to detail. I like the little like light, the little V pattern that it leaves on the wall. It's kind of cool. Now I used a lot of regular white lights on this building because I didn't want to use too many colors, but I did end up using some blue and pink on the building. I used pink in the back and blue in the front, or more like cyan in the front. Now, I placed it on every edge, I believe, just to add kind of a little bit of a color effect to it. It's not too strong like the rest of the buildings that I've done. Now at this point, I think I was done with the building itself, other than throwing that sign on there. But really, the rest of this video is just me kind of decorating it. So if you guys want to just watch the finished product, because I always place pictures and videos and stuff at the end of my video, you should go ahead and go to, I think it's about 15 minutes in the video. You'll be able to see those. But I guess this is just kind of filler at this point, because like there was a lot of decorating that I wanted to do, but not like too much, you know? I ended up placing some of these lighting, the street poles, in the building itself, because like I wanted some lighting, but I didn't want to do like some crazy kind of lighting. So I threw those in, and they look pretty natural, and I like it. Now I like the first street sign or street pole that I placed. Actually, I don't know if you can see it from here, but it added a little bit of a pole underneath the Hats Fantastic sign, and it looks like it's being held up by the building itself. So it kind of added two effects to it at the same time. Now I wanted to do the same thing I did with the drink shop over there. I don't remember what it's called. It might not even be a drink shop. But I wanted to add a kind of like a street sign for it, so people would know what this building is. Now, I originally wanted to place these on the inside and then kind of add a top layer to it to connect the two pieces, so it looked seamless. But I could not find any way to do it. Like, every time that I placed down a block, they would not be rotated in the right way or something. So I think I eventually avoided it. No, I didn't really avoid it. I just found a way around it. Now, one thing that I do find kind of obnoxious is the fact that sometimes whenever you pick up an object, you will not grab it in the right way that you want it. And right here, I started kind of placing these. The first one that I placed down was pretty much perfect, but I couldn't copy it for some odd reason. I think it's probably because it's placed on a grid. Otherwise, it probably would work. Now, I started placing down these second ones right here, and I could not get them rotated in the right way, as you can see right here. And then whenever I went to duplicate them, it would not duplicate. So eventually I just kind of gave up on the idea of that and placed something else. I kind of used these, kind of how I did on the other sign. I believe I did the other sign on the last episode, so if you haven't already seen that, go ahead and watch it. But I wanted to kind of do a different kind of sign here, so I ended up using this little background piece right here. It's lit up by LEDs, so it gives it that pop. Like, I don't have to place any lights on it for people to be able to see and read what the sign says, and that's kind of the vibe I was going for. So I like that. I like how it turned out. Now at this point, I started decorating some more around the building, and I will do some more decorating in future episodes so it doesn't look so just kind of there in the middle of nowhere. That's kind of how, like, I want all my buildings to look seamless like that. Like, it's all one theme that kind of eventually merges into one another. Now this is just, obviously, it's the first building in the modern theme, so it could evolve from there. So if you have any suggestions for the theme on what buildings I should do or what you want them to look like, because I think in the next episode I'm probably going to do the roller coaster in the modern themed side that goes through the mansion. Now if you have ideas for that, you should let me know in the comments. I will definitely take them into into order. I don't know. I'll think, like, every comment that is placed, I will definitely think hard about how I will place it into the park. But it will happen, just like how President commented about placing down kind of an ocean area. Now we have a lake, and we also have an ocean area. So that's just an example of how, like, your comments can help a lot with evolving the park. So if you have any ideas, please leave them below. President, if you're watching, you should leave some comments too, because that would help me out a lot, because obviously you've got some pretty good ideas. So if you have any ideas for the modern area, leave them below. that would make me very happy, honestly. So it's coming up on the end of the episode here. I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. Like I always say, just leave comments and leave likes, whatever you want. So it will help me out a lot. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope I see you guys in the next one. Bye!